Hello everyone, Kireth here, welcome to another video, and this was a race that we didn't do on stream, but I recorded it, and what a race you're about to see. This is absolutely mental. We're the only TT in the top 8, basic quality's in there, Super GT's in there, but ahead of us we've got Ryan, Cristiano, Catfish, 3 very, very fast drivers, and can we get the TT in and amongst them? So at the moment I think our driver rating is about 60k, which is the highest we've ever had. But can we actually match it with these very fast drivers? And then we've got Super GT, Filippo Carlo, very fast driver, and basically behind as well. So let's see what happens. I recorded this video and I couldn't believe how it ended. We're getting off the line here, off the rolling start. The TT isn't the best, but it'll start to claw back that gap now to Delboy. Had some good battles with Delboy at Daily Race B this week. Sometimes I felt like I had a slight pace advantage, so we'll see if we can get the move done on Delboy early doors. As we're in the Viper pit now, 4 Vipers ahead, at least 2 behind, and we are the lone Audi TT, which is a controversial car for this track. A lot of people don't like the handling. Personally, I can't seem to extract the most out of the Viper, weirdly, so the TT is the car that works for me. And the advantage of the TT is that it's very good on the brakes and it's quite good down the straights, and that combines to make a weapon for overtaking. So we'll see here, very close to Delboy now, and unless he goes very defensive we'll surely be able to show it up the inside. Let's see what Delboy does. Not super defensive, in fact not defensive at all, so we'll probably go for this move. Let's see, yeah. A bit later on the brakes, get to the apex. Slow it on the apex a little bit, not deliberately, but that's just the way we take the corner. It means Delboy doesn't really have anywhere to go. He's on the inside, we'll have to back out here. And we're just about in the toe of Ryan ahead. So in GT Sport at the moment, 1, 2, 4 going through the chicane, which is pretty good. Could go a little bit quicker in the slip. At the moment in GT Sport it's 7/10 for the slipstream, so you've got to be within 7/10, which you are at the moment. And obviously some battling going on behind. Super GT's just got one. Super GT's battling with Delboy, basically in 8th place, so a big squabble there, and we've cleared it. In a sprint race like Daily Race B is only 4 laps. Clearing that trouble is really important, so qualifying for Daily Race B, just mega important. Right, Catfish in 1st place, followed by Cristiano, then it's Ryan. And we're doing okay. This is a tricky corner in the TT. I feel like the TT isn't that good up the hill. It's not as good as the Viper. You can't really go flat out up the gear, you have to lift a little bit to make sure you don't run out of track on the left hand side. This one again, pretty difficult in TT, you have to go down to 3rd to get the best traction. If you don't get the line right, that was okay, it wasn't the best. If you don't get the line right you really struggle. And the Viper is much better in the S's in my opinion, so I have to really do a good job in the S's. I didn't get close enough to left hand side there. Had to lift a little bit, but the rest of it is looking okay. And you'll see down the straight now we should begin to claw back that gap to Ryan a little bit, and hopefully be able to brake a little bit later. Let's see. Yeah, so really closing that gap now. Let's see the acceleration where the Viper's going to be better. But we're definitely in the mix, definitely in the hunt. It's now CRG Malukum? I was going to say McCallum, who's got ahead of Super GT, so a big fight going on behind, but this is the head of the race, and I can still at this point sniff out a victory, to be honest. And we're gaining on Ryan here. Are we going to send it up the inside? Thinking about it, yep we are. Get it to the inside again, kind of claim the apex, which means Ryan can't turn, and he's going to try and come back, but he'll really struggle in the Viper. This is where the TT is really strong in the race, in my opinion. This corner and the hairpin before Death Chicane, you can definitely get overtakes done and make them stick. So if you're not sure about which car to use, the TT is good for the overtaking in those 2 corners, but it will struggle for the next part of the lap here. See Catfish getting right into that dip on the left hand side, running a little bit wide there, just about doing okay. We see we've got Ryan behind for company. Won't be able to go for a move here, but we'll have to probably go a little bit more defensive than I want. Just a little bit. You see I kind of claim the apex. In the end Ryan wasn't really shaping up for a move, but you never know. It's very hard to defend at that corner I find, especially in the TT. Because the TT, you do really wash out to the left hand side of the track, and there's a lot of space for people to overtake or attack. Right, through the S's we go again. And only 3 tenths behind Cristiano. So again, in the top 3, mixing it in this top split daily race B lobby. I'm very happy about that. Try and get a good exit here and be able to profit. Catfish has gone quite wide. It's definitely a 3-way battle now for the lead. I hope you're enjoying this race, this video. Please do feel free to drop a like or even subscribe if you're liking the videos. If you want to, if you go through Death Chicane, Cristiano hits the outside and I have a very messy Death Chicane. In fact, I've hit the wall, but so is Ryan. And let's see, am I going to drop out of the slip here? That could be critical. Yes, we are. We're going to drop out of the slipstream, so that's not good news. You have to really drive well the next few corners. In fact, Catfish has gone very wide. And that might be an early Christmas present. Let's see. As that delta creeps down. Are we going to get back in the slip? Yes, I think we are. Back in the slipstream. That could have been the race over, as far as it went for the win. We've just about got it back. And they're going side by side. You lose a lot of time battling into technically turn 2, but we all call it turn 1 really. It's the first raw corner. And actually a sniff of an opportunity here on the inside. Let's see. It looks like we've got the move done on Cristiano on the last lap already. So Catfish to go. They're battling behind through that very fast right-hander. Definitely going to lose time. And we are right behind Catfish. So from almost being out of it, we are now very close to actually taking the lead here. Let's see if we can get it done. Through the S's, Catfish breaks quite early. Obviously there's pressure on at this point of the race. Gets all in the dip there, but runs very wide. I think probably bounced off the curb a little bit. Means we can have quite a good exit here. Are we going to be able to go for it into the hairpin? The TT is strong here. We've got a huge run down the hill. Catfish goes defensive. Going to be very difficult to go round the outside, but just about get it done. I think Catfish was a little bit obliging there, but he's come back. So he's got the inside here. Are either of us going to yield? Let's see. I've got the inside. I'm going to stick with it. Catfish is still there. Has to yield. I have to lift a bit. Just graze the wall on the outside. We're very slow through the chicane. 119. And we were 124 early on in the race. Catfish is less than 2 tenths behind. But if I go defensive here, it's going to be very difficult to pass around the outside. I leave it a bit late, to be honest, but do go defensive. Catfish is going to try around the outside and then goes for the cutback, but I'm going to be there. And I'll leave a little bit of space because I see him going up the inside, but I just don't think the Viper has the pace to come back, to be honest. So it's going to be a win in the TT. Absolutely amazing win. Probably one of the best races I've ever had in GT Sport. What a race. What a race that was. Probably one of my best races in GT Sport. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to hit the like button. See you next time. That's old me. That's old me on the recording.